And we are streaming. All right. Yeah, exactly. All right. There was absolutely no rain in the forecast, and now it's like, yay! Just dumping out there. Let's see if we can bring in a little music. Ooh, kind of Technicolor rainbow action there. Yup. All right, so testing to make sure I got my settings right, and we'll get down to it. All right, so testing to make sure I got my settings right. We'll go down here. Tap a little water, especially around where the bourbon's spilling out. Give it that extra splashy, action-oriented action look. On this side, that's not dry enough yet. And then, whoop. All right, there's the Hatter piece, and I believe we are done. Actually, there's a little bit more touch-up I'm gonna do right. Where's me rag? Isn't that nice? I gotta put it right the other leg in. Over here, same deal. Arm in behind here. Bring in some, a little bit extra darkness over here to make it look like indicate that the other. Oops, there's the doggy. Right there. I left an easel out in the rain. So yeah, just finished this up. I was seasoning it last night. Yeah. The Mad Hatter covered in honey. A little honey for his tea. Right. The PG explanation. My easels go through hell, and then I go and leave one in the rain. Like, man, got the bee. You're an asshole. Teacup. It's dripping with honey. Got all the detail on the face. Brush. I think I really want to tie, shirt. Well-dressed man. So let me zoom in too, and I'll color up in the corner. Show you guys the detail work, and I'll kind of just move the canvas around. So here's the honeybee, and you can see all the little hair that we put in there and all that line work. And we'll go over to the Hatter's face, which I was really happy with all the line work there and the highlights. Then you got his suit and his shirt, and up to the honey. There's his hat. Got a little piece of shag in there. There's the honeycomb, and over to the Cheshire smile and the teacup. So the bat wing's gonna be a dark gray. So there you go. A little bit. Hey, okay. And that won't be there for long. You gotta touch something. No, all right. We'll zoom on back so you can see the whole thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and sign this piece. And we are good to go. Tonight we're going to be working on a brand new painting, one that is specifically for a festival called Bourbon and Beyond that's coming up in
not like rain very much.
September 23rd, 24th, I believe. Whatever not the last weekend of September, but the one before, second to last weekend. And it's in Louisville, Kentucky. It is a really good festival, put on by Danny Wimmer Presents, same guy who put on the 3 big rock shows that I did this previous tour in May, Welcome to Rockville, Carolina Rebellion, and Range. And this coming September. Bourbon and Beyond is
in Texas.
more of an upscale show. It's got some, the food there is incredible. There's, I think, like 27 bourbon companies, a big bourbon bar, and then the music lineup's a little more less metal and you know, more like Robert Plant, I think Sting, David Byrne, Lenny Kravitz, Sheryl Crow, are all the headliners.
Good shows there. Chase some leprechauns.
But it is in Louisville, and I was requested that I do a piece, something that might be used as a photo op or put on a mural or displayed somewhere prominent at the show of Hunter S. Thompson, since he is a Louisville native. And
see what the hell I'm doing.
I know he liked to drink Wild Turkey, one of his favorites. So, but I can't do any specific branding, so we're going to put together kind of a homage to his drinking and Kentucky, and we'll get started on that. So we go ahead and sign this painting, and I'll bust out the sketchbook and just start working on some sketches for what's going to be going on later tonight. Let me zoom in. There's a fly on the ceiling. Contaminant. And sugar is here behind me. The peanut gallery. Well, I looked up to zoom in, and I noticed there's just a fly right sitting on the ceiling. Okay. He's like, I want a good view. And I like poop. Today's date. It is the 12th. All right. Of June. We're halfway through the year. Not cool, man. Not cool. God, I don't even want to start thinking about holidays. There we go. So we are good to go. This piece is done. Here. Done. Alright, let's cap the ink. The Holbein ink. That's all blurry and shit. There you go. And I'll put this one in the archives. So I got a couple of sketchbooks here. Start going over what stuff. Say bye-bye. What's the haps for tonight? So, tonight on Matlock. Oh, let's move the camera out too. All right. So I got a couple of little sketches I've been working on. This one was just kind of a mock-up of a Fear and Loathing like silicone mat that we were going to produce, or a piece, maybe like a porthole type drawing that would be used at the festival. So this is one of the options. Whether they let me put a big old fatty in his mouth or not, who knows. Hunter did everything, so. So I kind of like this setup here. Usually I draw them with just the the sunglasses on, and people can pretty much pick out who it is. So, I added like one of his like eyes showing through in kind of a terrified manner. Maybe he got smashed last night, fell down, and the lens fell out of his eyeglass or whatever. But we're gonna run with that. And then this is how my paintings start. So rough sketch. So I'm thinking of framing up the painting with, I was going to take these bourbon barrels and give them bat wings, so you have the Fear and Loathing bats, but being as we are at a bourbon festival in Kentucky and all that, let's put some bat wings on there. So we're going to frame up the painting with a couple of really tall bat wings, and since he did like Wild Turkey, I am going to put a Wild Turkey head on the bourbon barrel. It's kind of, that way I can't, I won't be infringing on anything owned by Wild Turkey, but it'll kind of be a little nod, like, hey, obviously this guy likes Wild Turkey. A couple of other bourbon barrels behind them, with maybe a couple gunshots that shot through the bourbon barrel, or maybe this one just a bung popped out and all the bourbon's leaking out, so it'll give it a little bit of action and kind of bring the eye around. In the middle we'll have Hunter,
or when you really have to pee and you kind of wake up.
And then we'll have some of these little baby bourbon barrels kind of floating around his head, like just got knocked out. And
yep, you're just half asleep, and then you're like, motherfucker, I gotta pee.
And I'm somehow thinking I need to put a freaked out turkey in the back, like a real one. Maybe a couple lounge lizards back here as well. We might put a couple lizards on the barrels here too, so just to add a lot more detail. And then in the background, I think I'm going to go with a circle shape to kind of tie it together. Go with a wash on the outside, and inside we'll do like the desert plateaus and whatnot. So bring that color in. See how it works. In fact, I can show you, like, this is the original sketch for the painting I just completed. Not everything stays the same. Obviously, I took out the 710, because even though it is, a reference to dabbing and whatnot, I didn't want to put in like an exact, like, oh, it has to be that, because it could just be a painting about he likes honey with his tea. And then I added just one honeybee instead of two. I thought that was a little overbearing, and I like the idea of kind of the whimsical Cheshire teacup.
I was thinking about it
on his hat. I think a little, with that kind of balancing there on the painting, which I'll bring into the frame.
I can take two fresh paintings into
with the teacup kind of balancing and giving a little bit of negative space in there. I think it just adds a lot more action. Because you kind of follow the bee up and you go around and then you hit the teacup and it's almost like you're falling off.
A bunch of checks through the back.
So I think balance-wise that acted
the idea, right?
A lot better, as opposed to having another giant bee right here coming up from behind, which might make it just too weighted on this side. So with all the fuzziness, and I think it would just and it would break up the
I love
the hat too much too. I wanted to make sure. I mean, that shape of that hat is pretty indicative that this is the Mad Hatter. So yeah, here's the finished piece. I'll show it up here once again. So we got the honey forming the pinstripes on his suit. Got his pimp ass tie here. All the line work, crazy ass eye, the honey, the honeybee, teacup with Cheshire, the hat, the patchwork of different fabrics, all the honeycomb that's kind of stuck to his hat and dripping down, and splashing. And we'll call this one a wrap. So let's put this aside. We'll bring back up the. Let's see. Oh, this was since this popped up. So this was a sketch I did. I'll have to find the original cover, but Herb Magazine a couple months ago, I did a cover with David LaBrava from Sons of Anarchy. So with his snake tattoo coming to life, and so this is one of the original sketches that actually became one of the magazine covers. So, and then there's the Hatter, and then we're back to Hunter here. So, so I think with the two sketchbooks, I'm going to bring in my canvas. Let that dry a minute, and we'll move the sketchbook over here, and I think we'll start working. I know for those tuning in, sorry, you're looking at a blank canvas right now. Here, I'll pop the Hatter up one more time. This is what we did last night. Finish this up, and we're going to start a brand new piece tonight. If you do want to see some of my completed artwork, SeanDietrichArt.com, at Sean Dietrich Instagram, Sean Dietrich Art on Facebook, but yeah, Sean Dietrich Art, you'll be able to see all the finished pieces, and then check out the store. There's tons of prints, reproductions. Watch you. There's face shields and bandanas, and tapestries. There's just put out a whole line of merch and T-shirts as well as some of my pinup work. So I think for now, what we're gonna do is, and I think even though I'm framing up with the bat wings, I'm gonna make them very thin and very stylized.
think I still want to. I'm gonna offset Hunter a little bit, so we can either bring that really psychotic turkey in, or I can maybe put in the like some of the plateaus you'd see at the perhaps the Painted Desert, like if you're going through New Mexico or whatnot. So I'm gonna keep Hunter over here. I'm not a fan of symmetry. If you look at my artwork, I'm just not a fan. But we will put this bourbon barrel right in the middle. So just kind of bring it down here. I don't know how much of the sketching is actually going to show up on film, so I will try and draw a little darker, and I'll zoom in a little bit. So we're going to start, kind of shape these barrels first. Stylistic curve to them. Put one of the bands, a series of metal bands that go around to hold them together. That's showing up pretty well. Fat barrel. Actually, where is my pink eraser? There it is. There you go. And I'm also going to have, I'll show some of these. These are some 2-liter barrels that I'm working on. So I'll have these ready for bourbon and beyond. It gives me a nice reference too, as to how many bands. And they are cured, so they will be able to hold liquor. Or Kool-Aid, depending if the people watching me right now are 15-year-olds. Smaller bands. Second one was a little too big. And we'll just put a few indications of the wooden slats that form it. I think there's actually a technical term for them. And then we'll go ahead, and that's also to keep me from not forgetting that there are slats there. So, I'm going to go ahead. Pull up a little reference here. Bum, ba-dum, bum. That's how it ends. It's just how it ends, bro. So we're gonna get really crazy with this bat arm.
So you have to program both machines?
Yeah, so I'm watching it on this, so I can see it live, and then this is the OBS, like the software used to stream, so you know. Yup. There we go, almost like tree trunks. Good middle. Zero is this one down here, where its thumb is. Yep, that's our thumb. Pretty fucking useless ones, but tears. You think, how does a bat fly with a torn wing? Well, he's so fucked up on bourbon, he doesn't know it yet. We've had to put a few bats, stick them in a bush I live out in the country, because my dog decided to high-five one and ripped its wings open. No, I saw the headline, but pretty funny. Is it like pro us having a relationship with them, or? You fuck up with us. Okay. Nice. Watch some propaganda films. Who knows? It might be Propaganda Monday, and oh yeah, that's good to know. Okay, so we'll connect here. We kind of come down, add some shreddiness to his wing. Spiral there. So there we go. And we don't want to go too far off, because once it gets photographed, we might die cut this, or we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. So we got one wing in, and we are also kind of know where we're going with framing up the piece, so let's go ahead and drop in the other wing. And I'm not too much worried about symmetry of it, because as I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of symmetry. It does not occur in nature, so we just kind of want to follow the basics. Here. Let me scoot the canvas over. I do apologize. It seems to be off the canvas here. And I'm going to zoom back a little. You guys seem to get the gist of it. Okay. So we'll put the other thumb here. Bring that around. too worried either about, pencil lines, and you'll see part of my technique. I like to keep a lot of the line work, and even if it's some pencil lines that show through, once I put the ink on too, I tend to, or I will go back and erase a lot of them. So, we have one that goes there. We'll bring that back. And then we have a kind of funky one that goes here. Just kind of eyeballing where this goes. I don't want them perfect, or else it'll look too unnatural. Little dash line so I know where I'm going with this. There you go. It's like a cocktail party in the background, this song. Yeah.
It's actually all samples from
Shrek? Oh, Eeyore.
Eeyore's birthday party in Austin.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Thanks for noticing. Alright, now you lost me. You're like, I sampled it. If I gotta listen to this shit, I'm gonna make music with it. Right. Okay. So we got the main bourbon barrel in, the main bat bourbon, and so this gives me definitely a place to start as far as where to go from here. What else? I am going to try and find 1 second. I will be right back. Compass so I can make a circle. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to get a dinner plate. I forgot where I put it, or if I even took it on tour. So many paintbrushes, Jesus Christ. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a dinner plate. Sugar, take over. Streaming, but I'm like, I gotta go. I'll be right back. I'll go get a dinner place. All right. Okay. Thankfully, it's still only me watching. Okay. So, if you don't have your compass, a fine dinner plate will do. You're making a giant circle around your painting. So I'm just kind of centering it. Let's test that out and see if that's where we want it. It might be a little low. That could work. Yeah, we'll make it work. Rainy and Anacortes. Oh, that was the song. I'm like, what? Alright. Supposed to be rain. Well, we do live in Washington. So I got the basic circle that's kind of gonna frame up the, where Hunter is and all that good stuff. So I think we can start dropping in the HST. Oh, and let me the other bourbon barrels that are back here. Let me just kind of. Indicate where they're going to go. Just so I know where they're going to be at, and then we'll go in and tighten this up a little bit later. Okay, so Mr. Thompson himself. I personally usually start with the sunglasses. Just as like a little dot right in the middle of the. Draw a line across to make sure the angle of his face is correct. This is a spacey tune. It's the Big Flowers Power Hour. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's actually what that painting right there.
Mhm. Yeah. Ah. Those are things you'll learn on Sean Dietrich's Twitch stream. The song will come on, and the painting will happen to just be in the background. That'll be the album cover. Very loose with the pencils, so these will be incredibly tightened up once I drop the ink in. Here we're just going to do kind of a, reflection because it is the mirrored glasses. And normally I draw him with, both you're right. I really want to have one of his eyes showing through, just to give him that little bit of terror. Like, what fucking alien landscape am I on? I drank myself to Mars. What we'll do with the flesh tone is just kind of like meld it into the background. We won't even give him a definitive line where his eye is. Just kind of make it even creepy and more ethereal.
I am back.
You have to think like a drug. I wouldn't know much about that, though. Alright.
Quiet, doggy.
I know people.
Yeah. What? I'm back. All right, let's go. Sorry, Cinnamon. It's work time, not party time. Okay, let's see. Where were we? Dropping in this background. Most of this is dry. We'll just help along some of this
shine on his nose.
that isn't.
Red nose drunk.
It's kind of
Cool.
cool.
I like when it dries on the outer edge and not the inside. Kind of got to make sure it pushes
Interesting
face
effect.
where I want it. There we go. That way I make sure when I'm drawing it, his mouth doesn't jut off super quickly.
All right, so maybe we won't work on 100 anymore then.
Because eventually going to end up.
Get this out of the way. We're gonna need
That's
the
fine.
face tone. And
Music started again.
where's my PBR lunchbox? There we go. My official paint carrier. I mean, why not? Unbleached titanium, sure. I'll get a few different flesh tone options here for Mr. Thompson. Okay. Yeah, let's throw a little bit of this in. And we have some brown. It says portrait pink, so might as well throw some of that in there too. Okay. And again, a lot of this we'll be able to pull. Oh, there's a little too much yellow. Looks like he has jaundice. With the line work, there'll be some like kind of paranoid lines, that, kind of like his flesh is vibrating off his face. And that's okay. Sometimes it does. Cigarette holder in here. Touch of water in there. Okay, those will offline your touch. Yeah, let me go with that.
Alright. Bring part of the glare across his eyeball. There we go. Ooh. Dear God, man. You can kind of see some of the greens and pinks coming into his flesh tone. It's kind of cool. And kind of following the same lines to bring his head.
Painting having kind of have one cohesiveness to it.
Starting kind of on top of his head.
Just line those together.
Let's bring this excessively large cranium up and over, flesh it. Because I don't want to. I haven't decided yet if I want the bourbon barrels floating on his head. We'll see. Vivo see. Let's drink some water.
Set a blunt with your finger.
Do it. Sometimes an idea hits me and it just way didn't work. Okay, let's go back to that normal line. Curlies in bed just for oomph. A little lagniappe. Okay, and we will move up a little. Start flushing on these bourbon barrels. Oh yeah, that'll be black, that'll be black. I'm gonna put like, make it look like the bung just kind of blew out. pouring out of the barrel for the masses to enjoy. Actually, let's might play around with that a little bit. If you check out some of the time lapses, this is one of the songs, Billy Martinez and the Birth of Paper. So I time-lapsed myself painting some custom rolling trays, hand-painted rolling trays, and this very obscure, old-school Eastern European band called Reichenfunk created some tunes. That might not be the correct story about that band. But they're cool dudes. At least the guy who writes the music for now. The artist really hasn't done anything. And my head spin around. Let's see here. Okay. You know what, though? Let's see here. I'm going to go into a sneezing fit now. Next up, 2 hours of showing sneezing. Never seen anything like it. Bear with me a minute here. Some of these weird little paranoid lines underneath the eyes. Forgot to change my title. Here we go. Tired, stressed. Go ahead and do that right now. Whoops. Dry brushing some brown. Is it? Oh, I don't know. There might be. Okay. Boom. I forgot to change the title of the stream. People go, what? You ain't working on no fucking Mad Hatter piece. Alright. Kind of frame in where the bourbon's going to be flying out of this hole. Lines just to indicate that there are wood panels. We'll put the crazy turkeys here. All right, so we got the bat, barrel. We got Hunter all cracked out. In a loving way, of course. And hunch him over. The higher up you put his shirt, the more he tends to become. Put his shirt collar there.
I wonder if I got choose it or if it just shows it already, but I have like the URL on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Alright, so put his shirt in here, bring his shirt collar up. Bring his shirt open a little bit.
Ready for more tacos?
Taco time! I'm not ready for tacos. Yes, in a commemorative tote bag. Put that up so you guys can see the detail. 3 bourbon barrels. One's got bat wings. Because we all saw Fear and Loathing and loved the bats. Actually, I think we're going to put a couple lounge lizards here, here, and here, and maybe have the psychotic turkey up here. Without infringing on any copyrights. I didn't want to, I can't put the Wild Turkey logo on this thing, but he definitely was a fan of it, so, yeah, I'm almost thinking, if I do want the little bourbon barrels kind of floating around his head, like he got hit on the head, and, I don't know, let's chill with that for a minute. Bring his shirt down. And as always, I am a big fan of just doing these little flowery Hawaiian shirts that he used to wear. And if you are just tuning in, viewer number 2, this piece is for Bourbon and Beyond, which is a music festival in Kentucky in September, and it's in Louisville, where Hunter was born, so it was requested I do a piece that will be featured somewhere in the festival, etc., etc. It's just something to commemorate the fact that we're in Louisville. And where's my dinner plate? I think I erased a circle that I wasn't supposed to. Yeah, it comes down through there. Okay. Oh, so that's just gonna go. Okay. I'm sure I didn't erase something I wasn't supposed to. And just to recap, this was last night's painting that we finished last night. The Mad Dabber. The Dab Hatter. Maybe just some honey with his tea. So the honeybee the hat or the teacup. So eventually this will become something like this. I know it's tough to start a stream with a new painting that's kind of just a sketch or whatnot, but you know, definitely like to show the whole process and lead you guys through the journey on going from just a conceptual painting to or sketch to an actual full-on painting. This is kind of like framing up pictures like that. Up there again for reference. This particular style of dinner plate, unfortunately, will not be in my gear list when I put it up there. I have no idea where I got it. So, sorry, you have to use your own plate. Can't rip mine off. As well as my fancy palettes from China. Kind of the background there, and this will allow me to kind of do maybe like a desert scene back here, and then the back can be completely contradictory colors, so that'll pop out really nice. This will be a red and white shirt. I may switch it up, maybe red and white, we'll see. I may switch that up. Just because I've painted it so much before, I always tend to give him that same shirt. But okay. Again, not too worried about smears and whatnot, because right after I get the pencils in, I'll go in with the Holbein ink, which is a really badass Japanese ink. 10 seconds after you put it on the canvas, you can throw a bucket of water on there and it won't smear. That's why I like using it. It allows me to get a lot more crazy with the washes directly over the ink, and you know, won't smear the pencil lines. Allows me to have a definitive image on the paper before I start doing the washes. So, and a big black outline on white just kind of gives it that coloring book feel. So. Brings me back to my childhood. Who doesn't like a good coloring book? I think that's a trend now. Adult coloring books. I thought they were something different. Alright, so we got kind of one eyebrow peeking up like, ooh. Put the other one in. And some of his little kind of what the fuck lines on his head. We'll definitely play with those a bit once I go to the inks. Move further down, we'll wrinkle his head more. There we go. What do we got here? All right. Next, I am going to pull up a picture of a turkey. Sugar stole my paint. Okay. There's any good pictures of the turkey just going ape shit. Or maybe this is a reference. These colors are weird. They don't actually look like what's in the tube. love how turkeys are, their neck is just a mess. It's funny. They're just
like age-defying,
disturbing-looking birds.
Tube-defying paint.
And you basically just like draw something that's moldy and deformed and give it a beak, and you have a turkey. Where to put the turkey, though? I'm going to put one of them on the bourbon barrel down here, so let's slide the canvas up.
Either gunshots or fireworks. Sounds like
Gunshots. You're allowed to shoot on your property here. So sometimes they do.
Pink in those lips.
Yeah. In fact, cool story. Maybe not cool story. When I was redoing the roof on my studio, there were shit tons of casings on there.
Oh, yeah.
To start
On the roof,
shit to YouTube.
Each file, I think a 2-hour file is like 3.6 gig.
It's just a really cracked out looking turkey. Like, oh, what the hell, man? Some of those rosy cheeks. Pink in those cheeks.
Fucking weird ass thing that hangs off his face.
Nose. You've been drinking.
Just like continue down here with these boils or whatever the fuck's on them. Let's see, alright. But this will, they're cool creatures to draw because there is an obscene amount of texture on their heads, and so line work and texture. You just go crazy with it, so. Alright. There we go. And at the festival too, I'll be I get these little 2-liter bourbon barrels, and so I paint these up, and they actually come with the bung and the you know. So when you display them, I do cure them as well, so they're able to hold liquor. They don't come with it because everybody's got their own preference, but they do hold it. And let's see, some orange into it. Just take out some of this desert unnecessary line work here. Maybe we'll put a W. Oh no, it stands for worried turkey, not wild turkey. A lot of aggressive brush strokes down here since he's unshaven. Create that illusion. Maybe in between bottles because that arm, he didn't catch a shit other turkey in here. Some kind of a don't fuck with me, turkey. Weird ass looking thing all the way down. Part of Close Encounters where they try and communicate with the ship. That sounds almost exactly like it. Maybe it's in the fresh beef. There we go. Those look furry. Make this doohickey come off the side here. I wear mine to the side. Now we'll have some fun with the ink work on these. So, if you even put a, I said maybe. Like a little stylized W underneath each one of them. We'll see. Apply that later. See how it looks with all the color in. If it's not a fuck yeah, it does not stay. Okay. We got the bourbon. We got the bats. We just have some bats around his head.
That's a great rule.
Yep. You know where I got that? Rachel. And she got it from Lexi, I think, or one of her friends.
That's always been my rule for
Yeah. About, like clothing. Age the skin a little bit. Like if they're buying clothing, if it's not a fuck yeah. Applies to everything, yeah. It's not a fuck yeah. Don't do it. Bring the smoke. Let's get crazy. Bring the smoke in front of the lane. As my art teacher said, it's all about the layers. And after that, I didn't pay attention to a damn thing she said. That lady just needed to retire. Dig it. All right. I think Kentucky. Let's see. Kentucky. Good on camera. Looks good in person. Okay. Now to make a decision, Bob Ross says, gonna make a decision where to put that big old tree. We're not putting a big tree in. Alright. I think start to take shape. Yeah. I kind of like the idea of some of those big deserty towers coming in. This big little tribute to fear and loathing that we have in this painting. Oh yeah. Everything else is unreleased except for the Riken Funk. Well, time lapse has been released. Okay. Ouch, ouch. Ooh. Beatport and Spotify. Pirate Bay. Popcorn time. Yeah. Torrenting isn't trendy anymore. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Layers and texture. Wait a minute. Texture. I thought you just put another site up an hour later. And normally they did. Alright. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna have. No. Shite. Okay. I got something maybe cool. Maybe cool that we're gonna add to this. But if I don't add it, I won't tell you. I will just let you worry for the rest of your life. Should he have added it? Would that have completed the painting? Or did this asshole add it and not tell me? Alright. Shake the devil out of the canvas. We're just gonna run by and make it look like we punched the canvas. There we go. Volcanic fissure. Weird perspective. Rock up there. Go. Always love driving past these towers. New Mexico. Realizing that used to be an ocean. Man, he looks pink as hell. He's actually actually very brown.
All right.
Not bad for an hour and 14 minutes worth of work. Camera settings can we do? I got the turkeys live. Indicative of wild turkey. Bursting forth. This one's a bat. Got some of the old painted desert towers in the background. Fear and Loathing. Got Hunter right here. Got the smoke trail. And we'll figure something out. We may just keep that as like a really cool color wash in the background there. Just to kind of make it breathable. Leave some negative space around the image. Yeah. I am actually going to start inking this now. Thank you guys for tuning in and checking it out. Before I get to inking, again, feel free to follow me, Instagram at Sean Dietrich, Facebook Sean Dietrich Art, and of course my website, SeanDietrichArt.com. Here's a recap of what we painted last night. This is a finished hatter piece that we did. So you got the honeybee and the Cheshire kind of gleaming off the side of the teacup, as well as the honeycomb stuck to the hat. The hatter's all and then his fly outfit, his bright purple tie. So this was last night's, and eventually this will look something like that. Let's see here. Right now we're listening to Class A Deviants, Mountain Rules. You know? I think that kind of means like what were the rules for Brokeback Mountain? What could we do on that mountain? Anything goes. All right. Vegas rules. There are none. Okay, so let's drop some ink on this, and then I can start just making sure I got all the elements that I wanted to bring into this painting, and then we'll go from there. I feel like there needs to be one more like kind of psychotic element. Almost like something needs to be behind Hunter. Maybe we should put bat wings on the tower, or have it raining pills, or it's kind of what he saw. I don't know. I'm not him. Give me a minute. I'm just gonna pause here for a minute and just not pause the stream, but just pause myself. Just make sure I got everything I wanted in here. Want to do the pill bombs. I'm going to go with this. I dig it. Okay, so why don't we start from here and work over. Kind of turn this because we're not going to start to get his flesh for the bat wing. Flesh tones in. Yeah. Starting to look like a human being that drinks a lot. A little bit of a splatter treatment here. About the layers. And it begins. Such a shade in his eye. Beautiful whole bunch of sunglasses go in there too. It's into the tooth of the canvas. There's a couple areas I'm going to go in with some really dark. Don't use any black paint, all black ink. Burn waterproof. This is some of the most opaque ink that you'll ever use. And like I said, you can, once it's on here, you can toss a bucket of water on it and be alright. Let's see. But I have never done that. So if you do it and you fuck your painting up, that's on you. But you'll see once I start doing the washes of color, you can put quite a bit of water into this ink and it is all good to go. Not really put the full lines on the smoke because I think we're going to go over it. A little more ethereal and smoky looking. All right. So this track's called I'm Trying to Find the Spaghetti Pan, but someone keeps knocking on the door. The pasta pot. Who's a big fan of the Olive Garden? He's got a coupon. Bella. Color for these bat wings. I don't necessarily think they're going to put some highlights in now. Steel 3D and shit. Be able to put some line work on this. And even though the pencil line may go straight through, a lot of times I'll just kind of, you know, just kind of a few indicator lines because I'm not sure how I want to complete the line work until the color is on. And I go over all the line work anyway in the end. So there. We have a batwing. Sounds like something out of Blade Runner.
Spacey. Same deal. Kind of tapping in the highlights. Just that sound right there. A little gruff. Not McGruff, the crime dog, just gruff. Wah wah. The European ambulance. Did I hear, did we play any of the shit from my time lapses yet? We did. I started with Robot Disco. We played Billy Martinez, but where the fuck is everything else? Was there 33 songs? How do you clear a playlist? You can just, what, select it and edit, delete, boom. Okay, drop media here. But make sure what the fuck was that? I have everything. The dog. There's a pile of tunes. There it is. We're gonna actually I'm gonna put the okay. We got a Beetle, a few drops, bourbon out. I just don't remember. There are a few drops out for the homies. People yelling about going to hell and counting and. Throw a few out for the sways. Snow Cano, Voodoo Frog, Beetle, Birth of Paper, right? Both of them have.
I haven't heard Voodoo Frog yet, I don't think.
Yeah, alright, that's next. If you ever see a bourbon barrel just bursting open and pouring out, you better dive under that fucker. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then I'll just, and enjoy life's gifts. Turn this sideways a minute. These in there, and that'll probably take me to the end of my stream. It's 1 o'clock. Cool. Yeah, more highlighting done on Hunter.
And we're also going to bring in a lot more of the black line work on Hunter to accentuate him. Bill Gates does not want you to work. Scrooge. Okay. All right. Yo, what? Cool. I'm not making you dizzy. Okay. Sugar's time to sneeze. Sneeze time. All right. That's your guy. Such just a great quote and a very scary prospect that that guy thinks that way. An idiot. Some people do think the way they do. More of that yellow. The off-screen palette. Secret colors. Leave me with more tunes. Yeah, I'm gonna go through these over the next week. Over and over and over. I don't know. I'll take them! Okay. Well, it's like 4.5 hours you gave me. I think I went through all of them. I've been streaming for 4 hours, 5 minutes, so. here. I'm going to decay that a little bit. There he is. There we go. And now, daily affirmation with Stuart Smalley. Except get down with the devil. And dance. There's no comic books in hell. There's no Dietrich in hell. Not yet. This is the perfect transition. This is where Steve Aoki would throw a cake. Forget about his shirt being open. Awesome stuff. My hat is getting at the seams. All right, so as you can see, ink work's starting to take form. It's basically going over all the pencil lines and kind of making the final decisions on where the edges are going to be. So we got Hunter S. Thompson, we got his bourbon barrel, we got his wings coming out of the barrel here. So you got a bat barrel, bat bourbon. So we're just going to continue inking, and then I'll start dropping in the color washes, and we will go from there. Quite a bit more streaming to do, so we should be able to get to the good amount of the coloring tonight as well. And this is a homage piece to Hunter S. Thompson, who was born in Louisville, Kentucky. And I will be there on tour as one of my fall tour dates. Doing live art, selling art at Bourbon and Beyond, which is the name of the festival. and it was requested that I do a brand new Hunter S. Thompson piece to commemorate this child of Louisville, however you want to pronounce it. They'll give you shit no matter how you pronounce it. And yeah, feel free to add me on Instagram, Facebook. Check out SeanDietrichArt.com. A lot of the music you're hearing tonight is produced by this guy, or that beanie poking over the chair behind me. Woo! That is Sugar. He does all the music for all my time lapses. So if you go to my YouTube post, or if you just look at my feed, I uploaded all my time lapses to the Twitch stream. But it's all custom music, custom produced music for me. So we all about originality. And if anybody's an artist that's watching, let me know. Drop a line. Feel free to pop your link up on the website. Always down to check out new artists. Shirt in there. There we go. And then as well, for those just joining, this was last night's painting that we finished, the Mad Hatter. Honeybee, honey for your tea, honey for your bee. So you got the Cheshire and the teacup, and then the honeybee, the Mad Hatter, whatnot. So taking that in to get photographed tomorrow, and then it'll be up on SeanDietrichArt.com. You can check out the finished piece in all its glory. Stare at it for hours. How does he do that? Really? No real secret. Just practice. A little more brown underneath these. There we go. I'll put these turkey heads in last. Just go straight across. Because they're turkeys. Shadow from the rim. Take let's get a little bit of that yellow. Put in the gold rims and the glasses. Mix it with a little bit of this orange. One more yellow. What? Sometimes I'll turn the painting and I'll be like, oh shit, I just did 10 minutes worth of work and it wasn't on film. Kind of like my Honest Brutality time lapse. Go check that one out. All of a sudden a grizzly bear appears. I don't know where he came from. And if you're going by the time lapse, I obviously didn't paint it. Title Honest Brutality, very cool heavy metal podcast out of Redding, California. So if you are into that kind of music, I actually have a pair of glasses. I am. Kind of cool. You can listen to them on Rock Rage Radio. I think I want to go that way. Go. few indicators. That blue gives it a nice little green tint. There, all the colors kind of working together. I just want to kind of show all the way that his eye's showing through, or just kind of put a kind of a ghost image. Let's see what works better. Whoever's watching right now, thanks for hanging in there. I'm doing some kind of slow, tedious work right now, but I do appreciate the company. Perfect. Okay. What are we up to now? Freehand this one in. Almost 250 light circles coming in. A little bit of area where it's between the sunglasses shirt and the bat, where the background with all the towers kind of shows in. So people like it to be, and it will make quite a difference. Ciao Bella. Once we drop the colors in on that. Okay. Time for Senor Turkeys. White most of it in dog. Super fine line. Sounds like a Front 242 song. It could be. Big welts on the back of his head. You're like, I stole from everyone. Yeah, for sure. I like it. It's got a very old school industrial feel to it. There's that Silent Hill organ in this song. No worries. Get some sleep. I'll be on tomorrow, same time, 9 to whenever the hell. Thanks for hosting. I think you hosted me, so I really appreciate that. Question mark for an eye. Why the fuck do I exist? Well, you'll find out soon enough, Turkey. Okay, you don't know. Doing good. Get the flush tones in. Pan up so you can see the bourbon barrels a little bit. Now it just looks like a big sticker that was just slapped on the paint. But we'll fix that. Some more people hopping on. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for jumping on the stream. Just working Working on a little Hunter S. Thompson piece for Bourbon and Beyond this fall. Big festival in Kentucky. These are just guidelines. So, brush. Throwing in some elements. Fear and Loathing, got the desert. Of course, his red and white shirt. At least that's what it'll be. And then you got the bat wings coming out of the bourbon barrels. And he was a big fan of Wild Turkey, so I can't exactly use the Wild Turkey logo, but a couple of freaky turkeys really detail them out. I think for the color in, so bring the point home. And just to recap of last night too, don't forget, pop in and this is what we did, or I did last night. Mad Hatter with the honeybee, coated in honey for his tea. So this one's going in to get photographed tomorrow, and I will have it up on SeanDietrichArt.com, which is my website. And feel free to add me at Sean Dietrich on Instagram and Facebook, Sean Dietrich Art. And I stream most nights, 9 p.m. till kind of whenever. Midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Depends what my bandwidth is that night. Personal, not internet.
Okay, we'll go put this bat on.
And if you're an artist, feel free to drop a link in the chat and we'll check out some of your stuff.
Because guess who's done that before?
Hey, what's up? Cigars are?
Everyone.
Yeah. I'll throw it up again. You can take a look at it. Yeah, I kind of went, I didn't think I was going to finish it last night, but I did. So I think it came out pretty cool. I'm really happy with all the detail work. The hatter, all the honey, the Cheshire, and the teacup. Got the hat finished up. And there's his fly outfit. Yeah, so getting thank you. Getting this Hunter Thompson piece ready. Yeah, it's a cool festival in Kentucky, in Louisville in September. I think like Robert Plant and Sting, David Byrne from Talking Heads are headlining. 29 bourbon companies, I believe. So they requested I put together something Hunter S. Thompson-ish since he was born there. And so I'm putting that together. So price-wise, my originals, 16 by 20s, go for about $3,000 for something like this. And then 18 by 24 is a little bit bigger, about $3,500. So I will be doing reproductions. $300. You can get a canvas print or an 11 by 17 that's signed and numbered poster print for $30, and those will be up on the website. Hopefully by the beginning of next week or end of this week. They're usually pretty quick at getting my stuff photographed and back to me. So yeah, smaller ones I try and keep it at a reasonable. It's a nice mid-price point. I do have bigger pieces, commissions right now that are $20,000-$25,000. I mean, they can get up there depending how big you want the painting. But the sign prints, 11 by 17 standard poster print, $30, and I'll sign it for you. And it'll be up on the website probably by the end of the week. If you hop on towards the end of the week and ask me again, I'll let you know. But yeah, I'm taking it in tomorrow morning to get it photographed. So yeah, and those I get printed up here so I can sign them. The canvas prints are full-size canvas print for $300. They are numbered. I don't sign them, but because they're printed in San Diego at my old printers, or where I used to live. He still is. So, but we do limit them to 50. The reproductions on canvas. So, and then that'll be on all the products too, the mats and all that. We're doing I didn't have them earlier, but we do what do we got going on? We just did some, these are bandanas for festivals. So that's a Wizard of Oz piece I did for IDW Comics as a test for a classic series. And then This was the first hatter I did, kind of in the same vein where he's just kind of deadpan staring at you with a smirk, but this one he's drinking absinthe instead of dabbing or putting honey in his tea. So, yeah, we just put all the products up today. So face shields, tapestries, silicone mats, glass anti-slip mats, everything's up on the site right now. So, oh, and you got a site.
All right. Out on heroin with my channel on.
What?
Alright.
Straps. Hang on a second.
Kind of like this.
The website keeps giving me this privacy thing. Oh, he tried. This guy tried to link me to a site, or I don't know. Go back. I don't know. That's weird. What's my site doing? Now my live is all paused. Oops. Why's my video preview all messed up now? Let me refresh. Alright, here we go.
All the barrels in.
There you go. Now with the camera tilted, there was a little... Had to refresh the page there. Yeah, I tried to click on your site and it did something with the certificate and it wasn't allowing me to go on there. Alright, do a little more work. Maybe, kinda. Sorry, too shit off here. There we go. Alright, I think I may. How long have I been streaming? 4 hours, 30
barrels. Let's get this last turkey in.
Let's jump into some ink.
Psychotic drunk turkey.
Yep.
Get my nice like
Start giving Hunter a little depth, little darkness.
Doohickey that hangs off the side of their face. Brush off a minute. Bring it. There we go. I think with him, he's just gonna have a really lumpy head.
Yeah, I don't know if I showed too. I'm gonna be doing up these custom bourbon barrels too, little 2-liter bourbon barrels, and just started painting Hunter on this one, but. They are cured, so you can fill them with bourbon, and then it comes with the bong and the spout, and then it has a stand that it sits on. So I'm always trying to look up new ideas for the different festivals I do and whatnot. Oh wait a minute, this is not the ink I was using. Yeah. There we go. 2 hours. Not bad. Uh-huh. Cheers to that. Maybe I am blind, but I don't think there's ink.
Oh, there we go. Southern Wing in.
Yeah, we did a couple last year just for promo. We actually just did a raffle for the bourbon barrel. We're like, hey, give us your email address, and we grabbed a few hundred email addresses, raffled it off, and this year I got time to paint some up, so
Hold your breath.
well, I'll make time. I don't ever have time for anything, really, a little bit of.
little gaps in there. Make it look like the wing just kind of grows out of it. Wish I could have watched you get that dark tonality on Heather Incredible. The background's all washes. When I go in and do the like actually on a suit and whatnot, that's all usually just straight like heavier paint, and that's how I get it like that. And then down here I'll just use my finger to blend it out or whatnot. So yeah, after I'm done the washes, I go in and add all the, just like with Hunter's Space, tonight I've just been layering all the brown on top of each other. That last song was playing and I was like, oh, doing like the splashing and whatnot, so. And then Congo Frenzy came on. And so definitely multiple washes in the background, and then I guess we can bust through and finish the honey. And then certain things, like with his suit, I knew that it was just going to be the teal color and whatnot. With flesh tones, it's more of just building it up, because once I gotta get the shadows in, and then kind of give the gruff, and then bring in the pink on the cheeks and the red of the nose, and then the highlights and all that, and then just that last song was about a man on a long journey, building up different layers to this song. I achieved what kind of the look I'm going for. Woo! If I can zoom in on what I'm working on, so you guys can actually see the line work. Any of these little lines are probably not showing up. Just putting in his what the fuck lines. Nice. All right. There we go. Okay. Most of that in there. Got the turkeys on the bourbon barrels. That old Hunter. The fat bourbon. No, with one of these bourbon barrels I'm painting, I'm gonna have to go out and find some bat wings to attach. Or have my wife sculpt some. And sometimes I'll do multiple washes just because I don't know what's gonna work. I'm just gonna have to be a thing. Like if a certain darkness of a tone needs to be achieved, or if I don't know if I want it really dark or light, then I'll just start slowly adding the color to it until it comes to where I want it to sit. Not everything's planned out in advance. Yeah, as opposed to like going in gung-ho and then fucking it up and then having to buff it out and restart. Which I've done that in the past. But that's how we learn. Make that wider and that'll totally look like a penis. Whoops.
Tribute to H.R. Giger. I swear I had another bottle of ink. This ink is not working very well. Okay. I know it's not that because it had an ink smear on it. Hang on 1 second. Oh. It's hiding behind my beer. That could be a metaphor for so many things in life. Where's your ambition? It's hiding behind my beer. Whoops. Okay. I hear you like electronic music. Have you heard of French DJ Worrakls? He composes all his stuff as opposed to a lot of DJs that sample other people's work. I haven't. All the stuff I'm listening to is this guy behind me right here. Give us a wave, sugar. There you go. So, but same style. He Sugar, I mean, DJing for decades and decades, but all the music you're hearing is, you know, he's been a part of actually like the writing process. And then all my time lapses, he actually writes all the music for that as well. So yeah, I'd definitely like the ones that actually, you know, create instead of push button. He likes your work. Yeah, it's awesome to paint to. And since I don't want to play copywritten or music on my stream, I'm going to be painting to a lot of it. To Tim, to Krampus. What's up, dude? Where did you learn to art like this? Lots of not sneaking out of the house in high school to party. You'd be surprised, like how many drugs I didn't do to achieve this, but but that's yeah. Does he record with a computer or a synth? Was the question posed to you? Everything you're hearing is a computer at the moment. And then I know he just bought like three modular synths. Just came in the mail last week. What are you doing too, Tim? Trolling around? Doing good, woo! Drunk as always, of course. No sways. Hoping to give up booze soon. Well, I hope not. You mean for tonight? Yeah, we actually, the stuff you hear on my time lapses, if you check out the YouTube or the videos I've uploaded, are, so all that music is for a project called the Reichenfunk, and it is a project that Sugar and myself are working on. Kind of a guerrilla project that just pops up and rears its ugly head every once in a while. Right now, usually when I do a time lapse, and But the idea is that eventually it'll be a stage show where, he's handling the music and I do live painting, and so we'll have a large scale canvas up there. We'll have some other projectors going to kind of, tell the story of this lovely gentleman we've created. So, and it'll be in the vein of like old 70s exploitation movies. So, real kind of, the stuff that like Tarantino likes to rip off. But just kind of mixing everything, the art, the music, stage performance. Making music great again. Did you see the Hatter piece too, Tim? Yeah. Yeah, in fact, our first tour, in order to kick it off, we want to do the I-5 Rust Stop tour. So we're just going to drive up the West Coast and stop at every rest area and just fire up a generator and play some music and do some live painting until we get arrested or kicked out.
All right.
But anytime we can.
Those are for the base inks.
Annoy old ladies walking their 13 Pomeranians and
Pretty bitchin'.
pretty tame.
Enough
for Bondsman tour. That's it. That's a great. The idea was kind of highlight the bourbon. Sugar already named the tour.
I think the festival will be happy with it.
And then, yeah, you can actually see some of the other.
Skip through the VOD and so it'll be developed.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Fear Loathing and Elvis on the site. Right now, just working on Old Hunter. Moon Witch Dancing. How you doing?
Dennis Thompson
Celebrating
his
love of
on
booze. A new piece. I know you're trying to give up booze. Here's
probably not the painting to look at.
last night's finished piece. If you didn't see it.
Hold that right there for a minute.
Maybe it'll just inspire you to give up shitty booze.
So got that all done.
Yeah, super excited to
I
get it
was
finished,
inspired.
Glad I kind of plowed through and got a second wind. I'll give up booze once this print is done. But yeah, working on this Hunter S. Thompson piece right now.
This painting won't be on
Festival in Louisville in September. So they requested that I do a piece.
As opposed to the honeycomb on the Hatter, which was the annoying part.
I'm actually working on the annoying part right now.
Oh, hey, buddy.
So you got the bat wing
okay?
out of the
You
the
say
bourbon
hi.
barrel. So
My little boy.
Clothing bat.
Maximilian.
The
Whoop.
desert. I may have to take a little break here. Some wild turkeys.
How are you?
Since that was his favorite.
Yeah, you got a bad dream?
Favorite
Here,
booze.
let Daddy take a...
Oh, your throat hurts? Okay.
So just finished up the inks and
Alright, guys.
I might take a little 15-minute, 10-minute break here and
I will be right back. I'll
uh,
keep the stream and the music
go
going.
get something in the kitchen and then come back and start dropping all the color in. So. A witch dancing under a moon in my style. Oh, that would be pretty sick. I like the concept. It'd be like your logo, your calling card. And then here's the little bourbon barrels that I paint up for bourbon and beyond. These little 2-liter bourbon barrels. And they actually come with like the bung on top, and then where you put the spout so it can hold liquor. And so I think maybe Thursday stream we might paint up a bunch of those because I have to do some samples for the promoter for Bourbon and Beyond. So got some things in the works. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase. Get rid of all this pencil. Clean this bad boy up.
Camera might get a little wiggly. Reminds me of the movie The Witch. If you haven't seen that, pretty awesome. But the witch is dancing under the kind of the moon, I guess by the fire at the end. Pretty insane visual. Alright, done this, we will be prepped for color. Yeah, pretty cool horror movie. I think it's the same producer that just put out the Heritage. Heritage? Is that it, Sugar? I'm gonna forget the name of the movie I'm referencing. But yeah, it's The Witch is actually set in like the 1600s. Or during the Salem witch trial, but like all the actors were, the whole script was actually based off of, they pulled a lot of it directly from testimony,
The next generation.
you know, at the Salem witch trials, the witch trials across New England and whatnot, kind of put it all together into this movie. And then the,
Well, he just turned 6 yesterday.
you know, it's about a family that gets ousted from this town for some of their beliefs, and then they end up being haunted by this witch, you know. Yeah, no, this one isn't gory at all. That's
I think I'm gonna go ahead
and
and
it's one of those that's like really intense, and it's kind of
Play
set
Daddy.
in a time period that they don't make a lot of movies in, so
So,
you don't know what to expect.
tomorrow night, same time, I will be on
Whatever the
9
director
p.m.
even
until
made them,
whenever.
like, learn how they grew
And,
corn in
we'll
the
continue working on the
1600s
Hunter S.
or
Thompson
farms
piece.
back then, just so it would look more authentic.
So I bid you farewell and enjoy your
I like
shitty
it when they
gutter
go that
vodka.
far with the actors and
And
putting them
I
through
will
time period boot camp.
talk to you guys
Yeah,
later.
most horror movies though
Cheers,
are. It's
guys.
just how much blood can we throw at you, or how many babies can we kill, or how much other freaky shit can we shock you with. Alright, just getting the last of the pencil. Candyman, yeah, definitely seen that movie. Classic. All right, so I gotta make some color decisions here. Well, I know the desert back here is gonna be oranges, so I think maybe we'll go with the blues and whatnot out in the back, and then we may even bring it down to some yellows here, to kind of contrast the brown bourbon barrels. And then the bat wings, I'll probably do a grayish, actually, maybe a lighter gray, and then kind of, you know, texture it out, strip away the color. Hunter will be flesh tones. I think we're gonna do a, yeah, maybe just a red with white flowers on the shirt. My niece couldn't look in a mirror for a week and not say anything. She's all about makeup and hair, right? Yeah. You know, obviously when I was younger, I can't remember the last movie that really freaked me out. It was probably just how shitty the Transformers movies was, as opposed to like a gory horror movie. I'm more shocked by what they're actually considering film these days. All right, so we have an outline. Let's see. I'm gonna take a quick photo of this, just to document it. these all. Nope, there's a nice clean, fancy palette. So let's see what I got here color-wise. I had it over here. I was doing a little Instagram video earlier showing off some of the new products. If you ever go to festivals, I got some. Just put out these new face shields, and we just did some tapestries and bandanas. So here's a little Wizard of Oz piece I did. Alright, so we got the blues. Where's that teal? Put a little bit of that in there. Get our yellows ready. Okay. Yeah. Some dark yellow ochre. And we throw in why don't we just put that there? We'll use it, but what the hell? Washington State. I live up in the or by the San Juan Islands, so about halfway between Vancouver and Seattle. Let's actually put another. You know what? Where's my water jar? Here we go. Okay, so a couple of brushes. Oh, where's the big fatty brush? Might be a little too much. No worries. Happens to the best of us. And just pour some water in there, get those colors mixing. Well, let's see here. Sorry, he's trying to grab the right brush. So I'm going to go into this water. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this blue. Start kind of washing this in. Catch a little of that pink over here. Whether it stays on or not. It's all acrylic. And the black is India Ink Holbein. Is the company that makes it. And then I just water the hell out of them. Water them down. Just so I can lay in the base colors for the background and just basically direct where I want. color to go. Yeah, watercolor's a little, I don't really get the vibrancy I'm looking for. Love to work in oils, but I haven't touched oils since I was watching Bob Ross at 15. And it kind of, you know, last time I had mentioned I do a lot of live art at festivals and whatnot, so just having that paint that dries super quick is definitely a bonus. Barrels painted in. Get that nice green hue, and then we'll yeah. Yeah, yeah, I mean, there's like thinning agents and whatnot, but I don't know, I just have always used water. You know, some people say it's a cardinal sin to use water with acrylics, but I don't know. I've been doing it for about 15 years now, 20 years now, so it's worked. So just kind of bringing in different colors to kind of, you know, this is going to be very deserty in here, so we can definitely bring the yellow up. And because he's flesh tone, I don't mind if it kind of goes into his face a little bit. Going with some of the yellow ochre. Really bring that out. Start forming some definitive edges around the bat wing and the barrels. Is that rain? You should put the dome down on the motorhome, huh? Washington. You can never tell when it's going to rain. Yeah. Yeah, I was just joking. I've read an article, you know, you read some bullshit on the internet, like, people who use water with acrylics suck ass or whatever, and you're like, that sounds like an art rule, and we don't pay attention to those.